Welcome back, profit takers. It's your girl Victoria here with another video. Today's podcast, we are going to talk about mastering the art of trading by using a position size calculator. This can help to maximize your profits and to manage your risk. All right, so let's just get into it. You know how we do. Okay, so in the last podcast, guys, we always talk about risk management, how important it is. So we want to kind of get into this, right? We know what is risk management. How can you protect your capital, right? A lot of that has to do with the position sizing. Okay, so position sizing is a crucial element of successful trading. So it refers to determining the amount of capital to invest in a particular trade, meaning how big of a lot size you're going to put on that position. And then you also want to take into account your strategy, right? And the amount of capital that you have. So, if you have a capital issue, prop firms are great, and they will keep you in check, okay? Because you're not going to be able to risk that much, right? And I think it's a great place to learn, right? So for those new people out there, or if you've been in the game for a while, go to a prop firm. Right, so the calculator can help you to calculate the ideal amount to invest in the trade, and again, it minimizes the risk of loss while you are maximizing your profit. And because for those of you who are risk adverse, right, who are not comfortable with the risk, because for a long time, when you blow a bunch of accounts, right, you have to go back and be like, well, I know that my strategy is on point. My mental fitness and trading is on point, but I kind of let loose a little bit and went a little heavier than normal. So that's where your risk comes into play, right? So kind of holds you back, right? If you're not using a calculator to kind of help you keep you in line, right? So what is a calculator? So again, it's a tool, right? It's a tool that you can use to help you determine the appropriate size, okay, of the trade based on your strategy and your risk management parameters. So it takes into account variables such as your balance, your risk percentage, your stop loss distance, right? And it helps to calculate the optimal position for that particular trade. So usually most traders do 1 to 3% when they're risking it, when they're putting in their parameters for what they're going to risk, what they're going to be comfortable to risk. So why do you want to use it? Again, there's a number of reasons, but we're just going to go into the top 3. Okay, again, this is really going to help you to manage your risk. I mean, risk is the number one thing that comes to trading. Trading, honestly, it is a very easy thing to do. It's very easy, but it's hard because we struggle managing risk. Okay, so when you calculate the optimal size, you can limit the loss, right? And then it helps to avoid overexposure, right? Because we can end up finding ourselves putting in too many trades. I've done that too, where I put in way too many trades on when I should have. Even though they were right, the risk I couldn't hold, right? I couldn't hold it. I couldn't bear the drawdown, right? And that can also cause you to lose an account. Okay. Secondly, it helps you to stick to your plan, right? So once you determine the ideal position based on your strategy, you can avoid making those impulse or emotional decisions and deviate from your plan. I kind of touched into that a little bit, right? So the third one is that, again, it can maximize. We talked about this, right? It not only minimizes your risk, it maximizes your profits. So when you determine the appropriate size, you can ensure that you're maximizing the returns by managing risk effectively, right? That's man, I wish, although I think, when I first started learning how to trade, I was so busy trying to learn how to trade the strategy that the risk management piece was just one of those things that was in the back, right? It wasn't really anything that I was putting in the forefront, which you should put in the forefront at all times. Okay, so you can find free free position sizing calculators. One place that you can go to is Baby Pips, and I have the link in the description box there, and use that, right? It goes with every single pair that's out there for you to trade, all the instruments and whatnot. So they just use it. It's a pretty straightforward process, right? You just input the variables such as the balance, the risk percentage, the stop loss distance into the calculator, and then it will calculate the optimal size for that trade, okay? So it's very important to note that the position size calculator is just one tool in a trader's arsenal. You have to consider the market conditions, your strategy, your technical analysis, whether that's fundamental or whatnot, whenever you make your decision. If you do not have a strategy, guys, join me in my Pips on Fire Locals team, where I post tons of training. You can also find the training right here on YouTube. But in the Pips on Fire, it's more one-on-one. You're free to ask more questions. I post stuff simply for the setups that I'm looking at for that day. And so, yeah, join, right? So once you have your strategy, I don't recommend that you change your strategy too much. I think that it's just an ideal thing to sharpen your skills on your strategy. And mainly, I think sharpening your skills is mastering the position, the entering of the trades and your actual risk, right? Your position size, right? So as we close, position sizing is a critical element of successful trading. When you use a calculator, it helps you to manage your risk effectively. It helps you to stick to your plan, and it helps you to maximize your profits, because that's what we do here at the Profit Takers podcast. We take profits, okay? And again, while this position size tool is just one tool in your arsenal, it is, I think, the most valuable asset to help profit takers achieve your trading goals. So with that, guys, I thank you for listening. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, join us in our Pips on Fire Locals group, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Ciao for now.